It's not working.
One's on her sweatshirt.
This is for school. Your replacement, so you won't be at your meeting tomorrow. That's where I've been. What was your trophy? Yeah.
And here. Now call to order the Grant County Board of Education monthly board meeting on December 11, 2025 at 3 p.m. Ms. Linda, may we have a roll call, please?
Ms. Larley? Here. Mr. Nelson?
Here.
Ms. Smith?
Here.
Ms. McClanahan? Here. Ms. Worthington?
Here. And I will be reading our mission statement tonight. The mission of Grant County School Board is to respond to the needs of all students and empower each child to succeed at their highest potential. This will be achieved through our policy decisions and resource management. Everybody please rise and have our pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Do you have a motion to approve the agenda as presented? Do I have a second? Any discussion? All in favor? Everybody's okay with that? We're going to switch the next two items around. We're going to have our recognition now. Ms. Diane Young, please.
Good evening. We're so glad you all made it out on this snowy evening to enjoy our recognitions for tonight because we have some amazing students that we're excited to recognize. So with me, I'm going to introduce Ms. Jamie Gopi and Ms. Melissa Taylor, and they're going to tell you a little bit more about the award that you will be receiving.
Good evening, I'm Melissa Taylor. I'm the Director of Elementary Ed here in Grant County Schools. And the Office of Teaching and Learning and the board would like to recognize the following elementary students who have achieved academic excellence according to the KSA that was given last spring. So if the following students are here, if you could come forward and get your certificate. Carter Jackson, Riley Evans, Phineas Crane, Whitley Roberts, Mila Ryan, Ansley Webster, Torin Ruth, Clara Ryan, and Maxwell Cooper Ammerman. I didn't open them for you. You can see your face. There we go. All right, perfect. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.
The first set of certificates that I'm going to announce, academic excellence on KSA. So these are for middle school. And we have Carter Brand, Haley Burke, Alexander Macedo, Grayson Walters, Abigail Johnson, Mason Case, Allie Arnold, Kaden, and this is high school, so now we're switching to high school, but still on the Kentucky Summative Assessment. This is Kaden Brown. Kaden Brown. Lydia Hoffman. Emerson Walters. Jalen Zapawa. And Nick Brewer.
All right.
Yes. Here, I'm going to get out. And just stay right there because I have another one for you. So this one, now we're going to recognize academic excellence on ACT. So this was, Kaden, you took this as a 10th grader, so now you're 11th grader. So this was 10th grade is Kaden Brown.
I'll find it.
Okay, Christian Carter, Karma Ferguson, then Lydia Hoffman, Carly Manning, Jacob Nicholson, Carter Rogers, Abigail Simpson, Derek Smith, Abigail Yelton. Okay, the next group will be 12th graders who took the test as 11th graders. Mallie Bates, Zoe Cheney, Gabriel Hendrick, Caleb Kennedy, Ian McComas, Caitlin Muse, Braden Parrott, Isabella Scales, Jackson Traylor, Madison Utter, Jordan Van Heinsma, Prue Williams, and Maya Wadraska. Okay. Give them one more round of applause. One, two, there you go. All right. 1, 2, 3. One more. Great job. Thank you so much.
We're going to take about a 5-minute recess. construction update. Is that okay with everybody? Thank you all for coming. We know that a lot of people may want to exit at this point because they don't want to hear the rest of the construction updates and all that stuff, but if you want to stay, that'd be awesome. So otherwise, we'll take about 5 minute recess. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Make sure you get a water shot.
Do you help out?
Your brothers are right there waiting for us to move. Come on, you want broccoli?
That's a good thing.
There you go. Thank you. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats. Did you get two?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Have a good day.
I'm here. Hi. How are you? Anybody need water? I'm like, are you doing your I will grab you one.
Thank you so much for making this trip. Yeah. I've done that before, several times.
Thank you. Oh, I saw something there, but I didn't know what it was. Yeah, she does all that. I saw the lights and stuff there the other night when I came out. Yeah. Krista Haynes. Website or anything. I saw that you look at it. Did you?
How's the family? I seen him here. I was gonna go out there and he disappeared. I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
he took the kids to supper.
get out so we can get it.
Oh, I didn't hear about the shoulder. Oh, it's okay. I called her earlier today. Yes, surgery was. She's had 3 sessions. Yes, she was. There you go. I think she comes like 3:45. It was supposed to do surgery tomorrow. She said they were gonna go down and we went fine until Robert got here. It's every bit of that. I came back and said, she said, if you want to get me to his room, you're showing you come back and waiting area, because he's gonna come out there in a few minutes. I was gonna go into his room, so Excellent. This entire crowd. Let's go on. Get our, yeah, she's like, they're like, Linda's here, she broke her head.
Oh, wow.
Okay, we ready to reconvene? We'll move on to number 6, construction update and approvals. Mr. Emmett?
Good to see everybody. Just want to get my feelings, sir, because everybody left. I wanted to stay and listen.
Hi.
Oh, yeah, no, good thing they didn't.
So a couple things for you tonight. One is we're closing, it looks like the security vestibule, that's kind of straightforward. There's been quite a few changes, both positive and negative, that have been occurring to the DRE project. This is kind of our settlement statement here that we presented. There are quite a few proposals, but we've not been tripling them in, we've been holding them back. To give you the overall numbers, they're actually excellent. We're actually in the black for the project, which is really good. We started off with $750,000 in contingency, and I think they're a little over $800 now. The main reason that we have that is we got a couple credits. One of the big credits that we got was, you'll understand this, is we take flow test of the water we designed, these sprinkler systems. Some of the initial flow numbers were not great, so we budgeted a pump and a booster situation. When they came in and started doing all the other testing, they realized that that was quite low. Now, we don't do the testing, usually the local fire department or somebody does the flow test, so we're able to take that back out and then all the pressures and everything. So that was one good thing that we had. Most of the changes that you see here, are things that maybe we got into something and we saw something that was uncovered. Some of the masonry walls weren't braced, one of the rash trims, things like that occurred. A lot of it was, once we get to an area, let's go ahead and do this while we're here. The change order of numbers are outstanding for the project. I mean, you have actually never touched your contingency for the whole project, which is amazing for a job of that significance. So we're very proud of those numbers. Just some, there's examples like we did some really high-end data racks at the middle school. We decided to upgrade those for this project. Just different things, adding some controls, some of the locks, and so forth. There's a couple things we found that were not working, speakers, things like that. We went ahead and upgraded. But it's pretty much all in line. And just so you know, any of these changes that come to us, they get audited internally for value, make sure out. We get full breakout for material, labor, all those pieces. And many times these need to be revised. If they have an R after them, that means they went back at least once for correction. So that was kind of it. But all in all, we're very pleased with the numbers. The other thing that we have before you for consideration is the drawings for the field. I kind of detailed it before, but I had kind of a new list that's been updated and a few little additions here and there. So project scope for the turf field, and now we'll drive home when we're looking to have the field done, not every piece of the project. So just a few minutes of being recorded there. It's not everything, it's just the field is what we're trying to accomplish. It's a Herculean effort just to get that completed. But the new LED stadium lights, so full track replacement with high jump, long jumps, goal posts, water services, sidelines, and scoreboards, new sound system, flagpole, some of the stormwater detention pieces upgraded, outfield fence replacement at the softball field, fence to restrict access for current practice soccer field. We're going to put the addition on the press box, new roofing on the existing press box, air conditioning to the press box, 2 new tennis courts, small paved area bleachers, small parking area, and wall for ADA access to the court. We have some overall paving improvements, and that includes some seal coats and concrete wall replacement at the front of the high school, and some seal coating over the transportation building. The field house improvements, infill the current rolling counter board with masonry, installation of a new sliding window. Miscellaneous improvements, we're going to do some tuck pointing, brick at the student cafeteria courtyard on high school, and the soffit area going in, so that bird control, so we have an idea of closing that up. We are looking at some alternate bids to repair the concrete grandstands at the stadium, band tower, and reheating the shirt. So those are all kind of Those are the three a la carte items that are part of that. So that is what's up for your consideration tonight, is to approve the documents as they are. I've got a copy. I'll leave Mr. Ship, and we're ready to go out for bid after your action.
So what's the idea for the high school where the bird's problem is?
I think you're going to put salt in it. That's what they're always putting in this time. It's the only way to do it. The nettings and all that stuff.
It doesn't look like that's been much of a help so far.
A couple things. One other thing I was going to touch on is there's a request on moving the light poles. People light poles that you take down and move them over. It's a great idea. The only thing I was a little disappointed with when we started doing some of the investigation, I didn't realize that they're kind of evolved, they're starting to become obsolete, and there's a lot of concern that we get to find replacement bulbs. So they're kind of become almost like the old Edison, like the incandescent. So they had concern with that, and this is all from Musco. Like I said, we kind of charged into it, excited, and kind of got added some negative pushback that we got. And they were saying the cost by the time we move it would be at least half, maybe 3/4 the cost of new lights. So that was kind of disappointing from Musco. I can give you kind of their list. I think it was floating around your copy on it, but it has all the different pieces. One of the other issues was they were worried about where the electric was and how close it was for access, but it kind of took a little of the under out of the sale. Some of the information about that from us. So kind of predominant vendor around. Most of it came back is I didn't realize the light bulbs almost mistake. I guess everything is not LED is going to be extended at some point. Oh yeah. It's a good idea, and like I said, we're not excited about it.
We're trying to come up with some other options still.
Right.
You still want
I understand the need.
You still want some.
I don't throw anything out. I have the great junk pile in the barn. Nothing ever gets tossed out. It's always.
Well, we need to see when we drive by to come here, even that the parents are sitting over there with their lights on in their cars to try to be able to use the field. So we're like,
so we can think about it, some other options. That was just kind of one of the concerns of it. Yes.
well, at least we tried. So I come up with a different plan. Anybody got any questions or discussion? I'm excited to get this project rolling.
Yes. That's great.
All right.
I'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good night, be careful.
I will, thank you.
Okay, so do I have a motion to approve the VG5 for the security vestibule, which is closing out that project at the high school? Jean, I have a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay. Approval of the change order number 2 for Dry Ridge Elementary renovation, which sounds like it's a good thing we came in and we budgeted on that project. So, do I have a motion for the change order?
I thought there was supposed to be a digital sign out front of the school. Was that not part of it?
That started before I took office. I can ask God when he comes back in here. I don't know. I remember.
I remember you saying before that then we would only have one school that didn't have one.
Yeah, I do remember that. When he gets back in here, we'll ask you that question. That had fallen off my radar, to be quite honest.
I'm just wondering if that was kind of a big deal.
Here he is. Mr. Schiff?
Yeah.
Was there ever, in the plans for Dry Ridge renovation, was there plans for a digital sign out front?
Yeah.
He has that young with a.
So, sign was ordered and paid for 1.5 years ago. Okay? It did get caught on a boat somewhere for a little while, but Graybach, who is our general contractor, their legal team is working with that company. Supposedly they have it on site, the company that's supposed to install it. So it's been a headache for Graybach to try to get this sign. I will say that if you remember last year when I did MCE sign, that was almost an 8-month process to do that. That was not, I was disappointed on that, but not as bad as what this one is. But yeah, they had to turn it over to their legal team to go after that company.
Slow boat from China.
Yeah.
So it's still in the works and we hope
It's
to.
based-
Oh, we'll get a sign one way or another.
When we go.
Okay. Let's see, Jean was my first on that and Lori was my second. Any more discussion on the garbage thing? All in favor? Approval of the GCHS field and site improvements, construction documents BG2 and BG3. Do I have a motion to approve that? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion on the high school project? All in favor? And finally, approval of pay application and performance services in the amount of $85,667.45. Do I have a motion to approve that?
Yes.
Do I have a second? I'll second it. Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Did you have a question? Yeah, well, do we keep on paying for that? I mean, is that a long-term, or does it come to an end?
The performance services,
The percent?
yeah, it's about to wrap up. That was the final part of that project.
Yeah, that's the final payment for
That is
the
the final
boiler,
payment?
yes, yes.
Okay, because I remember when we signed up for that, that's been a couple years ago. I didn't know if it was
Now,
an automatic.
we do have like a yearly that we pay performance service for that energy contract. I can find out how much that is, and find out what the duration is for that. I know our energy management for that, has went off, okay? So, those first 2 years, I had an energy manager that came in 4 times a year. We walked all the buildings and went through all of the mechanical rooms. Now that is off now for that side.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was like an automatic renewal or if it comes to a stop.
This was to finish paying out our project, right?
This was for the finish out the paying for the high school boiler.
Yeah, this was just for the boiler that we just did at the high school here. But I think what you're talking about was there was a fee to performance yearly for their energy contract with Grant County Schools. But I'll find out how much that is and let you know, okay?
Okay, if no more discussion, all in favor, raise your hand, please. Thank you. Okay, number 7. I know it's signed up for public comment, so we'll move on down to claims. We received those last week, so does anybody have any discussion on that? Do I have a motion to accept the claims?
Yeah.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay, go superintendent's travel. Do I have a motion to approve that?
Sure.
Do I have a second? Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, consent agenda. Let's see. Any discussion on anything on the consent agenda?
We all did that.
Okay. This will be our second reading for the school calendar, so after this it'll be official. The first reading on the wellness policy that KSBA updated. And this will be our second reading on that personnel policy that we talked about last week. And this will be our time to renew Jake and the Crawford Baxter organization's contract. Yay. So,
Same rate, no increase.
so do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Yes.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, I don't think we have any recommended actions tonight. old business or new business, so any board member have any discussion or any report tonight? Mr. Reed, anything to share with us?
I was able to go to Florence today and close on 505, the old bus garage, so handed the deed over to Mr. Donis. That was a good feeling. I want to publicly thank Mr. Shipp and his team. That was a Herculean effort to get that building cleaned out. They had given us some time to remain in there if we needed it, but Mr. Shipp and his team has worked tirelessly to get it so where we can just hand it over. So appreciate his work on that. The other good news is I did sign the purchase agreement with Mr. Kidman for the property on 90 Highway. So the next step will be the closing of that. So it was a good, busy day today.
Yeah, very good, very good.
When are we gonna close?
Probably before the end of the year.
Huh?
Before the end of the year is the goal.
Yeah. Two big things. And construction projects now ready to
That's right.
get out there and start moving.
Did you get a chance to look at your dates for a retreat
March.
in March? Before we move on?
Don't
or
really
just
have
like-
anything necessarily in March. My grandbaby gets here in February, so it's gonna be busy, but I'll figure it out.
I can send everybody an email of possibilities,
Okay.
and then we can work from there. That would be
Would that
best
work?
for everybody.
If Mr. Moody sends us an email of possible dates in March, and then we can let you know.
It's typically on a Saturday.
Saturday morning.
And we usually do it like 9 to 12 or something, make some in. Yeah, just send us some possible dates that work for you, and we'll get back to you then.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
I don't know if I mentioned it here, but 150 pairs of shoes were given to the FRC, some of the FRC schools
Really?
from Nicholson Christian Church.
Ooh, awesome.
That's great.
That's wonderful.
Shoes are hard. They're always needed because kids outgrow so quickly.
They were pretty thrilled. They were just gonna take 1 or 2, and they said, take what you need, when they loaded it up.
That's awesome. That's appreciated, I'm sure. Okay. Moving on to the finance report, I have it on the desk here. And Brian also sent us the more in detail one. The balance looks better this month. Much better. Any questions on the finance report?
Yes, are the deposits mainly from the property taxes?
Just under $70 million.
That was our last one.
Sorry.
That's our last one for this year.
You pick up one though, but you don't usually get it till January for December, right?
We have a check next week for collections made in November. And then we'll have another check to pick up in January for all those that paid in December. And then we'll get a little bit every month for those that were paying delinquent.
But the last major two ones will be the one you pick up next week and then the other one. Gotcha.
And don't forget, I think I mentioned it last time, we owe ourselves money we have those investments that we are fronting out of the general fund construction with. We have money to cover that, but we have it in investments. And we draw that down if needed, but if we don't need it, we leave it there. So when you, last month, I may have mentioned, when you see that balance is, we still owe ourselves money from the investments for construction costs that we are fronting.
So in other words, it's stronger than what it looks like.
It wasn't as weak as it looks.
Yes.
Awesome. And Linda said you were putting out some projects too to try and had balances left to them, so we would put into this too.
Well, no, that money will have to stay in
Construction,
Fund 60, the construction project, but you can use it for future construction projects. So, we can close out whatever's left over, and then it can be used in the future project without maybe having to bond as much or whatever. It's a source of revenue for future projects, that's what I'm saying.
Let's get this last big major project underway and wrapped up, and we'll go from there. Whew, it's gonna be a big one. Okay. Mr. Plunkett, you are up with the DPP report if you would like to share.
It is attached.
And it's on your e-meeting, just if you want to look at it, the numbers there.
If you want to look at what's currently happening in our elementary schools, CMD, our enrollment is at 379. Our attendance has been 92.75. DRE, 387 is our enrollment, 93.49. MCE is 284 at 93%. Over that, middle school is at 667. Close to 92%. Sherman is 398. 94.49. Our total for the district is 92.5. You'll notice that the numbers probably went down just a little bit. I think that has something to do with the snow days that we had, the weather that we had, and some kiddos get sick and stuff like that. Things like that, but the numbers are still very, very good for this time of year. Do you have any questions?
So if the child is out, it says, I talked to a little brother that said you can't get out of the road. If the child is out because of the snow day, do they just take one of their excused absences if we can't get out the roads if the snow happens and we do go to school, or how does that work?
Typically, we do an administrator excuse, so it doesn't burn like the parent after them. Yes.
If it's a road we know is bad or whatever.
Or we have, like, we were to use our plan, and someone's called and said they didn't come, they get a restrictor excuse. No actions for that.
I didn't know we were handling that, because I thought, oh, I really never thought about that. I hate when we have to use a parent note if we just can't get down the road or whatever, so. And I guess our plan's in action if we need it for the snow plan.
We need it.
I'm thinking, oh dear, this is gonna be bad, but hopefully not as bad as they say.
Hopefully not.
Anybody have any questions about the attendance? It's just hope it keeps going up on the days that we're there, huh? Yeah. It's good. Okay, thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Personnel actions were listed on our meeting, and the reports were on there from the different buildings. Anybody else have any questions or issues we need to talk about?
Have we heard anything on the bridge?
I've not heard anything of you.
Update on the bridge?
No. I was getting ready to say it was open, but it's not.
No, I know it's not.
No, I can find out.
Is that affecting like our bus routes in that area, or what is that?
No.
No?
No.
I don't think we have any children on that road, that part of the road anymore.
Now, the work on Simple Road is going to affect those kids there. They're going to, there's a slip that they're going to fix. So that's going to, but it's not but just a couple of kids. So it's not real bad.
So will they meet the bus somewhere, or will they, what will do?
They will, they'll meet at the top of the hill.
It's just over the top, the first hill, then Chapman's Pond, it was next to the road. Well, the state or the county tore some trees down in that. There's water coming there, and it's just under the washing blacktop. They got barrels on the blacktop for people. It's getting close to where you can't hardly get by.
Have the schools been affected by any of the spoiled water thing that we've been going
Yeah,
through?
so we got bottled water today for Mason Middle School, Dry Ridge, and High School. And I had not heard that was lifted this
I
afternoon.
don't think it was.
But I talked to the city of Williamstown yesterday. They had to send the sampling out, so I guess they have to wait for that to come back.
I think the document posted today said they were pending release of it tomorrow at 12.
The news said it was just Williamstown, but but on the Facebook, it listed all the roads and it included Knoxville and all the roads down through Dry Ridge.
So Dry Ridge bus.
Well, we purchase all of our water from there, Dry Ridge does, so.
Right.
Okay, if nothing else, do I have a motion to adjourn? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Debbie, second. All in favor?
All right.